Hello, hello, and welcome everyone to one more show. It's such a special show for you guys tonight. I'm so excited to have a international celebrity, international singer, and I'm going to introduce you guys to her. But first of all, you guys have to hear this song. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. My family, my girls, actually have fallen in love with her voice, have fallen in love with the piano, the instrument. It's so melodic. It's so dreamy. It's so beautiful. So I will give you guys just a little bit of a taste what is coming up in this show. So hear and listen and pay attention. This is this lovely, sweet song from KaiCarra, everyone. So there you have it, guys. This is such a lovely song. KaiCarra, she's on the line. And before she comes on, I'm just going to read a little bit of her bio. KaiCarra is a recording artist in studio, and she's been doing this for the last 15 years. She began her musical career performing on Queens Mary and Long Beach, California. And at the age of 7, she started touring all over California, promoting her new performing and promoting then her popular hit Annie. She's been interviewed by Connie Chang. Hello, everyone. Connie Chang and Steve Fox and many other. Welcome to the show, KaiCarra. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, thank you so much, Liz, and I'm doing great. It's so wonderful to have a chance to talk with you.
Oh, my goodness. We're so privileged and honored that an artist like yourself is able to participate in this show and in our humble show. And we're so happy that you're able to call in. And I know we had a couple of calls, and we had last weekend you were scheduled, but that's all good.
I'm so sorry about that.
I'm so curious. KaiCarra, is that your artistic name or is that your real name?
It's a stage name, yes.
And what does it mean?
What does it mean? Well, actually, yes. Kai of K is kind of like a spelled out abbreviation of my first name. And Carra is the Irish version of my last name, Carr.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so it's an amalgamation of that. And I have a day job. I work in corporate life, and I do the music as well. And so I like to keep the two lives separate.
No, absolutely. And I knew that name had a meaning because I recognize one of my daughters. We have a very similar name as well. And I know I had something to do with Irish because part of her name is also it's a compound name. But it's beautiful. When I heard it, I'm like, oh, this lady is fantastic. I've seen your pictures. They're actually being displayed right now in our Blog Talk radio show. And you are not only your voice is beautiful, you are a beautiful lady. Love to go to California. I assume that's where you are, or the States, and photograph you because you are just a dream to photograph.
Wow, thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So you've been doing this. You've been doing singing and performing now for 15 years or so.
Actually, I've been doing the recording for about 15 years, but actually I've been singing and performing way longer than that. I won't let you know, but since I was 7 years old.
Wow. And what started you? Like what? And for all the listeners, and by the way, this is going to be in our YouTube channel, so you can definitely this is great because people want to know how you got started and what made you go. Because I have 2 little girls, and they always say they want to be somebody in life. They have this dream, but for you to start and pursue it and do what you like to do, what got you there?
It was my mom. She was my first believer in me, and seriously, she picked me up from school one day, and she had the bright idea of, let's do a beauty pageant together. And these days, beauty pageants, I think it's a different version of the beauty pageants these days with the glitz and everything like that. Back then, you could wear knee socks and a dress and place in the top 10. And it
definitely changed.
It's definitely changed, and it was very natural, and we had a great time. But she was thinking, okay, it has a talent, and I want you to sing. And I guess she had been percolating this all day, and she says, I want you to sing I'm a Little Teapot. And I thought, let's think of something different. And my dad played the guitar on stage, and I sang Froggy Went A-Courtin', which is a funny song, and On the Queen Mary. And later I placed on a pageant, but that day, no, it was a big loss. But I started my music career that day, and I've been singing professionally ever since.
Wow. So it's beautiful when you have a family that encourage the kids and encourage your career, which is amazing because this is basically what you loved. It sounds and it looks.
Yeah.
And I've seen your success, and since we've gotten in contact, I follow you up, and I can see that you're just great at what you do, and you're beautiful at what you do. So it's great that you have the support. And for listeners, because I do have a lot of friends, and we as a husband and wife photography family, we always have models, and we have wanting to be actors, so we do the headshot. What advice would you give to people that want to go into that field? And as you know, as you probably can testify, it's very competitive.
Very competitive. And with modeling, because I used to do that, again, like I said, it opened up a lot of doors for me way back when. And I was with the Nina Blanchard agency, and I was a child model up until I was about 15. And the biggest advice I would give to girls in modeling is that remember to be yourself, and that beauty fades away, so not only concentrate on your outer beauty, but on your inner beauty. And never be afraid to be yourself, because that will shine through in the photographs. And there can be a lot of rejection in modeling, so having a sense of integrity and an intact sense of self when you're growing up, that's the most important thing. And have fun. Just have fun.
Absolutely. Wise word, ladies and gentlemen, from KaiCarra. Definitely be yourself, and as a photographer, we can see when that person is really, truly being themselves. It actually shows through the camera. We can see it. It actually can be photographed. This is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have such an amazing artist with us today. Her name is KaiCarra. You can find her at Facebook /KaiCarra. In Twitter, you can follow her on Twitter, twitter.com, KaiCarra. She has her own website, KaiCarra.com. There's some amazing songs. I didn't know what to choose to put out on the show tonight, because we have one. I assume you play instrument. That's another thing that you do as well. Okay.
I play the piano, and the song that you chose to play is called Christmas Sunrise. And
thank you.
No problem. And that was just released last December, very recently, and it's on iTunes and Amazon. And
wow.
It did do well. I worked with Apple Blossom Gallery, which is a fantastic place to do music videos. I recommend her highly. Very creative young woman. And she created the music video, and as a result, with all the attention and the radio that airplay that it got, I finished the season the first week of January of this year, number 3 ambient and number 2 holiday on Reverb Nation music charts, and so it did well. Thank you for liking it so much.
Oh, we love it. It's so melodic. It's so serene. It's just a dream. It's just, I think all of your music is just like that, and your voice is just great. And knowing that you actually play the piano on it now, it makes it even more beautiful. So, yeah, this is great. You are such an amazing artist, and we're really proud and honored that you were able to participate in our show. And last but not least, I know that you are working on a CD or releasing a CD right now. Can you tell us more about it?
Yes. It's called Up Until Now, and we have it tentatively slated for October 2013. It's definitely coming out before Christmas, so that it'll be ready for the holiday season. But I'd like for it to come out in October. At this point, we have about 10 songs on in queue for it to be recorded. Actually, they're all recorded, but I think those are the 10 songs that are to make it on the album. And one of which is Arden, which has just been soft released on Reverb Nation, and it's a love song. And also Lady, which was released as a single on iTunes and Amazon last 4th of July. And but we have 8 more songs coming that they're all based on personal experience and just the little life lessons that I learn along the way kind of find their way into the lyrics of the music, and I hope that you all will enjoy it and look for it.
Oh, for sure. And this is something that you write? You are a composer and writer, or you have somebody?
I do it all.
Wow.
I write and
Superwoman, ladies and gentlemen.
No. Well, I can't do it without my producer, Rick Sherman, over at Sherman South Suite in Irvine, California. He is a wizard when it comes to sound engineering, and again, I recommend him highly. I've known him since I was 21 years old, and we used to sing at the Cattleman's Wharf restaurant in Anaheim, California together. And yes, and so I go ahead and play and record it, but he does everything else with it as far as making it the finished product. He's very talented.
Oh, you definitely have to come back, KaiCarra, to our show again to talk about once your CD is released, because we definitely want to know what your new projects. And on that note, what is the plan for the future? Are you doing a tour? Are you planning? I know you have tour Europe. How about us Canadian? I know it's cold, and I know we're different than American a bit.
I would love to go to Canada. I have never been to Canada.
Oh, my goodness. Toronto will love you. KaiCarra. And if you do have plans, we definitely have to hook up, because Canada will love to have somebody like yourself touring our country. So do you have any plans right now to tour? I know you've done Europe and to promote your new CD.
There is some talk about it. I've had some offers to perform in California, and I will definitely be performing here in Texas and in the South, since that's local to me right now. I live in Dallas. But I believe that there will be times when I may not go on a long tour, but on mini tours. And I would love to go to Canada and Toronto. And I used to work with people in Montreal, although I've never been there, so it would be really wonderful to see your country. And so, yes, that is in the works. It just hasn't been firmed up yet. And then I also write instrumentals. So even though this CD will be coming out at the end of this year, there's another CD that will be coming out the following year, and that is all instrumental. So some nice background music that people can listen to.
Wow. And all of those songs are downloadable as well. I mean, people can go on Amazon and YouTube and download them. And
yes, it will be.
I love the title, Up to Till Now. This is great. 10 songs, people. This is just amazing. Ardeen, I think I have the cover in Blog Talk Radio. And Lady, and I know you have a story on Lady. What's up with that story? It's a long story I heard. And can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, certainly. I was living in Europe at the time, and like a lot of people, it was actually written in 2001, right after the Twin Towers collapsed on September 11th. And it was a very strange feeling watching 9/11 happen as being an expat. And feeling like, oh my goodness, I need to come back to my country. I'm not here. I should be here. And so I think that feeling of helplessness and just anguish, it just came out, had to come out somehow. And so that was how I wrote Lady. It was basically a prayer for my country, and I wrote it inspired by the Statue of Liberty. And I was also raised Catholic, so kind of a combination of the Statue of Liberty and the Blessed Mother, and just to find our way during a dark time. And it's received really great reviews, and a lot of people have called it kind of like an anthem for the country, although it still is getting out there and to be known. But that's exactly how I hoped people would receive it.
Wow. No, and one curious question. Do you actually get emotional when you sing this song? Because just by talking about it, I can hear a little bit of on your voice. And I'm feeling a little bit teary because,
it is
we all went through
song.
those. Okay. Yeah, it must be hard, but again, you put a lot of emotion, a lot of emotion into that song, which is probably great hearing you sing you live, and that's probably what we are aiming for. That's great.
Thank you. It's a beautiful song that I love to sing for people.
That's great. So, ladies and gentlemen, KaiCarra, I love the name. I love this lady. I love the music.
Aww.
And you can find her at KaiCarra.com. And this right spelling, there is a link in this webpage. So is KaiCarra.com is KaiCarra.com. And YouTube also has her music if you're looking to listen. I only have the little sample of the Christmas Sunday. Is that what it's called?
Christmas Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Yes.
Right. And it's so beautiful. Any last word for our listeners, KaiCarra? Would you like to say anything? Would you like to the stage is yours.
You're so sweet. It's just been a pleasure to talk with you, and you are such a sweet person. I just wanted to say thank you very much for having me on your show and to meet your listeners, and I hope that you will look out for the CD that's coming up until now. The songs are from my heart, and I just want to share them with others, and hopefully we can touch each other's souls through music.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, again, lovely lady, lovely singer, KaiCarra, and you can follow her on Twitter. You can like her on Facebook. You can listen to this again. The links are all there. I'm going to leave you with her song again because it's so touching, it's so beautiful, and we're so happy and privileged to have her here. Thank you so much. I can't believe that we only have a couple of minutes left on this show. It just flies like it's always. I want to keep you on, and I want to keep you, but I know that you have to come back. You have to come back to talk to us about your new CD Until Now, because
Definitely.
I know it's going to be just as touching and just as beautiful as all other music that you do and that you play and that you prepare, because it all comes from the heart. I can tell. I can see it in your voice, and I can thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. You've been very gracious, and God bless you.
Great. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, is KaiCarra. You have to follow her. You have to listen to her music. This has been another show with JNLT. I'm your host, Liz, and hopefully you can join us again on our next show, which is going to be next Sunday, and I'm going to leave you with a couple of minutes of this beautiful, beautiful song that is my favorite, Christmas Sunrise.